Hey, everybody, welcome back to Self Publishing Made Easy. Hope you've enjoyed the previous lessons. Basically, I'm trying to share all of the research, the work, the time that I've put into learning about these tools and about these processes over the past couple of years so that you don't have to. Um, Today, we are going to be talking about keywords, which are really important to make sure your book is found when people are searching for your book and optimizing those keywords. So we're going to be talking about those, genre, picking the right genre for your book. And so hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of these lessons. Hope you enjoy them. And there are links in the description, especially for the software that we're going to talk about today if you are interested in giving it a try. So let's jump into it. Let's get started. Okay, everybody. So you've seen me use Publisher Rocket before when we were comparing book covers. It allows you to search up the bestsellers and look at the cover designs for those so that you can design your own covers. That's probably the least of what it can do. When you are publishing your book, whether in Amazon, Draft to Digital, or other places, you have to put in keywords. Those keywords help people who don't know you as an author, who don't know the title of your book, of your name, actually find your book. People search optimization is a big thing. People never put in exactly what you think they will in order to find your book. So you have to come up with search terms that will lead them to your book without knowing that your book exists, if that makes sense. So I don't know of any other tool that can do this other than Publisher Rocket. So that if you do, leave that in the comments. Let me know. I'd love to check it out. But this does it, and it does it really well. And again, the link is in the description. It's an affiliate link, but if you're interested to check it out there. So keyword searches, it doesn't tell you what keywords to use. So there's no way, maybe you could throw it into an AI generator. Maybe we'll try that out. But you have to come up with potential keyword searches. So that's where your creativity comes in. But then it tells you how good those are. So I ran a couple of them to start with, and we'll see, what kind of result we get from those. All right, so we'll type one more in here. Snake thriller. Okay, and you can see I've done the other tabs here. So basically what this does, it goes out and pulls this data. The number of competitors isn't as compelling anymore because Amazon is limiting the number reported to a max of 1,200. So there could be, so basically they're saying less than or greater than 1,000. All right, so it shows up searches per month. How many people are searching this term, snake thriller, per month, less than 100. But there's low competition as well. So even though not very many people are searching it, there aren't that many books using that search term. So there's a good chance you'll get seen. So, and it color codes it to look at it easily. So time shifting book. So this book takes place, same location, but there are two different stories at two different times. Again, less than 100, but even a lower competitive store. So that's good. Western thriller. Again, this is based greater than 1,000. They're kind of basing it on the broadness of the term. So for a very broad term, that many searches isn't as great, even though the competition score is good. So this number 366 is lower, but they're saying it's reasonable, where this is higher and they're saying it's not. That's based on all of the other data, and I don't understand all of that in the background. That's why I love this program, because it does it all for you. So it's telling me my competition for Western thriller books is super low, and there's over 350 people searching for that term every month. So that's a decent one. You want to keep playing with these until you get both of these green, and then you have your premium. It's not so easy to do. You can't always I have a hard time figuring it out, because it's just you're limited by what your book's about, so you know what you want people to search for. So it's hard to think like someone else. What would they search for to get to your book? And you have to kind of put yourself in their shoes and what they'll search for. So that's the keyword search. Now, let's click on here. That jumps us over to the competition analyzer, and it shows you what other books are in that fall under that search term. And again, that can help you with your book covers if you haven't finished that already. But it also shows you kind of the average price and the average number of pages and monthly sales, daily sales, all that other data that can help you see if that search term is worth it and what your competition looks like. So your other issue here, or the other thing you can do, is categories. That search term, what genres or what categories can you find books of authors using that search term? Obviously you've got Westerns, because Western thrillers was our search term, but you've got also mystery, thriller, and suspense crime. You've got mysteries, thriller and suspense, women's adventure, just generic United States. And it shows, and this is what I really like too, is this shows when you're trying to choose your category or your genre in Amazon, the more specific you are, the more likely you are going to reach the top 10. And if you're in the top 10, you'll be on the first page of search results. So this is how many sales you need per day to get to the top 10 in this genre. You need 81 sales a day, or an 86 to get to number 1. In women's adventure, you only need 29 sales a day to get in the top 10. Now, if you pick a genre or a category that's not accurate, you will be caught. Amazon will catch you, or readers will catch you, and you'll get bad reviews for doing a genre bait and switch. So it needs to be accurate, but you can stretch it. It's not the right word, but you can stretch it. So women's adventure, I would say if you have a female protagonist, you could say that. So my book, I do. And so I would probably pick that because I see you don't have to sell that many to get to the top 10. All right. So let's just look if you're just doing generic category. So let me look at mystery, thriller, and suspense. Now, Audible has their own categories. Books have their own categories. So let's look at books. Mystery, thriller, and suspense. You've got all of these different ones. You can go general, but again, I think you should go as specific as you can. Thrillers and suspense. And if you click on it, it will show your top 10 in that genre. So that opened up in a new window. But Vigilante Justice could possibly fit for mine. Basically, you're looking for your lowest here. And I think you can arrange it. Yeah, so you can arrange it. Let's go the other way. Audible. So I want to filter. All right. So werewolves and shifters, you only need 3. That doesn't fit mine. Writing, probably not. I could have a Native American if there's one, so I can search. Okay. So you have a lot of things you can do here. So now I'm in my basic. So I'm just looking at, let's just look at Kindle. They have their own categories. Actually, I'll do books instead. So Native American. Literature and fiction, United States, Native American, you need 38. Poetry, it's not poetry. Myths and legends, So you've got those. Let's click suspense thriller. All right, how about just suspense? I like looking at it this way. So there's a lot of books about werewolves and shifters, but for some reason, people aren't choosing that genre. So you don't. They're choosing probably supernatural or fantasy. But if they dove down and actually did the werewolves and shifters, they'd only have to sell 3 books a day to get in the top 10. Hard boiled. And you can look, if you don't know what they are, you can look those up. So now let's look at insights. Let me pick hard boiled here. So you need to sell 21 to get the top 10, but 232 to get to number 1. So there's a lot of competition up at the top on this one. So let's look at insights. So this publisher is the percent of the books that were from a big publisher, 40%. So there's a lot of indie, 60% are indie or small publishers. Average price. So the Kindle books are pretty cheap. Days since publication with significant sales, which shows you that even if you don't get sales right away, like these have been on for years before they started getting significant sales. Average duration, this would be of the audiobook. Category growth is going down, significantly declining. So high competition but high profit in the top ranking books. So all those things help you pick which genre you want. Now here's another one if you're having a problem coming up with keywords. So let's look at the same one and click keywords. These are the keywords people are looking for, searching for in order to find books in this category. So if you're having a hard time figuring out keywords, so let's pick gritty and go back to our keyword search. This is seeing just like what it said, high competition but high returns. So a lot of competition there. But that's one they use to get there. So gritty fiction. Gritty books. Ooh, gritty fiction's even better, but there's just not enough searches. Decent on gritty books. Gritty mystery. Ooh, gritty thrillers. Let's see what happens there. Gritty thrillers, not bad, even though number of searches is in the red. Competition is low. So you get to play with those. And in Amazon, you can actually set your search terms and let it sit for a while and see what happens. And then you can go back later and change them. So general thriller. So this is helps you also find keywords if you're having a hard time thinking of them. And this is kind of what we saw when we hit on that tab earlier. So this is the books that will come up if someone searches that keyword. This is what Amazon is going to show them. All right, so super powerful tool. It also has tutorials built in, and it is one price, updates for life, and they update it quite a lot. So that's Publisher Rocket. Let's go in actually and try AI to come up with search terms. Okay, so I just went into ChatGPT and I put come up with the search terms for a book with the following blurb. And then this is a blurb from one of my previous books. These are what they came up with. Let's try this first one. All right. So I tried that. Not many searches, no competition. Number of competitors, 6. So that's good. Let's look at them. I've actually read that one, and I've read that one, and so I would have no problem being categorized with those. Let's try one of the others. And I like how it gives you tabs so you can go back and compare previous searches. All right, nobody searches this one, so that wasn't helpful. Let's try that one. So maybe the blurb isn't a great way to do it, but maybe if you have a summary that would help. This was just an experiment, obviously. Okay, so not a great way to find search terms. But it still is good information. California Sicily suspense novel. Number of competitors 10, but not many searches. Let's try just Sicily. Number of competitors 327. All right, so different things to play around with, but you pretty much can do all you need to do in Publisher Rocket there. You can try to play with AI, maybe different search terms or different prompts will help it, but I just wanted to try that out for you. But search terms are really important. So I want to show you where they are real quick, and then we'll be finished with this lesson. Okay, so this is my KDP for one of my books, the one that I just put into ChatGPT. These are the keywords that I came up with. See, there's 7 here that they allow you to put in, and you don't want to repeat your subtitle or title because those are already included in search results. So let me show you the 2 of these and the results. World War II secret book, in the green and in the green, so definitely went with that. It's not a huge number of searches. It doesn't seem like, but they said comparatively with all the other data, it is good, so it's in the green. Competitive score is good. Story with mythical characters, good number of searches, pretty high competition, but it's moderate. It's not in the red, so I went with that as well. So you can see pretty good here what you're up against with that search term. But you are able to find green and green. That is possible. So that's what it looks like in KDP. You've seen in Draft2Digital in a previous, but it's essentially the same thing. Draft2Digital allows you to do more than 7. So if you find some that just don't quite cut it for, but you still think they're good search terms, you can use those in Draft2Digital, whereas Amazon is just 7. So there we go with that. And then genres, again, using that tool, you can come up with those genres, and then you come in when you are publishing your book and you enter those in. And those are entered because I did the research through the program, so those are the ones I picked that would have the least number of books needed to be sold in order to get into the top 10. And they're all accurate. All right, hopefully that helped, showed you this powerful tool that I use. You can just come up with keyword searches on your own. You can just come up with genres on your own without doing the research and just hope that you get it right. totally up to you. Lots of people probably do that. But if you take a data-driven approach, if you look at the numbers, if you look at the information that Publisher Rocket provides to you, you're going to be better poised for your book to actually be found, for people to, when they search for thriller, or they search for a Western thriller, or whatever they search for, your book is more likely to pop up in the search results if they're targeted and if you know there's data behind it. So I highly encourage you to take time to do research before you choose your genres and before you choose your keywords. And this is a great tool to do that. Again, I'm not an employee of Publisher Rocket. I just find it to be a very useful tool. There's a link down in the description if you want to check it out. It is an affiliate link. So there you have it, keyword search and genre choice. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hope you've enjoyed this lesson. If you've got any comments, you have any experience, other programs, anything else you want to talk about, leave those comments below. I try to get back and respond to every comment that I receive. And we will catch you next time on Self-Publishing Made Easy.